Well, hello, folks, again. Welcome to Unit 5. We've finally made it. We are in our final unit, and we still have plenty to cover, plenty of learning to obviously take place, but you're almost there. I hope you've enjoyed it up until this point. Yeah, you've had some work to go do. There's no doubt about that. But really, it's truly about learning the critical aspects of operations management by this point. So our final unit will focus on enterprise resource planning, ERP. You may have heard the term ERP, MRP, and so on. We will discuss that obviously in our learning for the week, as well as obviously my chat. Now, for this week, your role is one of warehouse manager. So what you have to do for your Unit 5 discussion board is this. You need to research ERP systems and discuss how they work, what they're all about, how do they work, who's involved in the deployment and the day-to-day activities as well. During chat, as I've mentioned every week, I cover the learning. I will bring up some brands of ERP systems and so on, and you'll see how that fits in here shortly for you to think about and consider. Now, that's not an all-inclusive list by no means. Do the research, see which ones pique your interest, and that'll help you through your Unit 5 work. You will then join in this course scenario, a decision-making team for selecting the appropriate ERP software to deploy at the company, right? Pretty simple, right? What's the best given our business model? Which one would work best? And I'll cover that again in chat. Now for your Unit 5 individual project, now that that decision-making team is formed, you need to create what we call a decision tree. And I'm sure many of you are either familiar or have created decision trees. But the focus of creating this decision tree is to go ahead and select the brand and implement an ERP system. So by doing so, the first thing you'll do is research a minimum of 2 brands of ERP software. I will, again, provide some examples in chat and talk about the individual attributes of each one. You need to provide an overview and create that decision tree on both brands of ERP software, okay? So software 1 will have a decision tree, as will software 2. The decision tree itself, by its very nature, should analyze some of the key implementation, questions, as well as the outcomes for each one of the decisions. And that'll make more sense as you work through it, right? Once you create the decision tree for each brand of the software, the ERP software, you need to choose a brand of ERP software that will be deployed. You describe why it should be deployed and implemented. What are the benefits? Why did you choose that one over others, right? And you'll see as we go through the learning, you'll see some of the attributes associated with ERP and which ones will make more sense, right? It's your call, yours to defend based on the research material that you find. So that will wrap up our Unit 5 work and as well as our coursework, right? So 5 weeks, as I mentioned way back in Unit 1, in Chat 1, I'll say how quickly it goes. Well, here we are in our final unit. So please focus on the assignments, for this week. If you have anything you need to follow up on from previous assignments, get those rolling in because we are in our final week. I genuinely want you to enjoy the final unit, the learning, and I hope you've enjoyed the overall course, right? It should, I like saying this, I learn something at every course that I lead. I hope you've learned quite a bit here about operations management. So I want to thank you all for engaging in the course. You've done excellent work throughout the course. You've made it this far. You're just about there. So let's focus on Unit 5 work. Let's wrap it up, and let's have a well-deserved break after the unit is completed. Your final work is submitted, graded, and we'll move on. So thank you all for participating. I hope you enjoy the learning this week, and I look forward to working with you through the rest of this week and quite possibly in other courses in the future. Take care, folks. Have a good one now.